Bowling Green, Bowling Green.
SHCS guys are black. Didn't say anything yet because these guys are black.
That's exciting.
I need the rosters, jeez.
What about wait?
Christian School Patriots.
I spent $41 on my
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask everyone to stand for a word of prayer delivered by South Haven Athletic Director Phyllis Farms, and remain standing for singing of the national anthem by members of South Haven Christian School High School Choir. Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening. We thank you so much for your goodness to each one of us. And we thank you so much for these two ministries and what they represent to their communities. That you continue to bless them, continue to see their ministries go forward. We thank you for the safety that you've given the Lighthouse on the trip over here this evening. I pray that you give safety to these players as they compete. And may all that's done bring glory and honor to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see why the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome to Springfield, Tennessee at Martin Luther King Jr. Park. A battle for a spot in the playoffs is going to happen tonight between the Lions of Lighthouse Christian School. Between the Lions of Lighthouse Christian School and the Patriots of South Haven Christian School. Once again, good evening to you all. Spencer Thompson, the voice of 8-Man Extreme, here with Trent Legate, ready to bring you every bit of action here from South Haven. MLK Park is the host, and South Haven knows exactly what's on the line. They win, and they have a shot at getting into the playoffs. If they lose, they are guaranteed a spot in the bowl game for MTAC. Lighthouse, on the other hand, if they win, then they have a chance of getting a first place in the North. But if they win tonight, they guarantee their slot in the MTAC North semis. And then determining if they will get first or second place, that will be determined as they face off against Christian Community in the final week of the regular season next week. And Trent, we look at how both of these teams coming in. As Lighthouse, a more interesting story coming into this game, as they have started a month late on their regular season and have not participated as much throughout the duration of 2017 8-man football. But Lighthouse has a lot of momentum going into this game after that win against Bowling Green.
Yeah, I'll answer.
I know you're Bowling Green bias. Yeah. So Trent's Bowling Green bias showing again as the South Haven Christian School Patriots elected to receive on their senior night after winning the coin toss. And they start on the 34-yard line in their own territory. It's a 40-by-80 field here at Martin Luther King Jr. Park. And we don't have the starting offense nor defense for Lighthouse due to them showing up late to tonight's game. They had a little bit of traffic issues coming in. But we'll give you that Patriot offense as soon as we see what happens with this play. There's a shotgun handed off. So rush for about 4 yards on the play for the Patriots, 2nd and 6. Here's your starting offense for the Patriots. You've got number 5, Emmanuel Dang. Number 10, Isaac Wallace. Number 13, Inceno Saver. Number 16, Kobe Rowe. Number 22, Xavier Vincent. Number 55, Nate Green. And number 63, Nicholas Ambrose. And number 99, AJ Verula. Of course, the starting quarterback The starting quarterback for the Patriots is Kobe Rojo after their first-string quarterback, unfortunately, had some injuries, as well as second string. And here's a rush by Isaac Wallace on the right side. Gets a gain of about 3 more yards on the play. They will spot this actually at the 36-yard line into Lions territory. It's now a first down. Waiting to see what the official rules here. It's actually 3rd down and inches. So South Haven already with a good offensive drive to start off the game on their own senior night. Here's Kobe Rojo, the junior, in the shotgun. Rojo hands it off. Up the middle is Vincent, and he's going to be stopped. Caught for forward progress there. I'm trying to see if the referees will rule this a first down. Trying to see from this angle here, and the referee looks. And they will rule this for a measurement. The official going to bring the chains over to measure, see if it's a first down there. But immediately right off the bat, Trent, the Patriots just getting some dominant rushing here.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you got the best player in MTAC, you can do that, especially on stats, and running the ball with Xavier. You know, Lighthouse is they're going up against a team that they haven't gone up against a caliber on just pure like strength, knowledge, and just having the heart for it. They know they're used to. South Haven is used to winning in the past couple of years, being in that small 8-man league with the Warriors and the 2 Memphis teams. They were the head people of those teams. They were the CCS of that league, so they're used to winning. So they have a winning program. So they enjoy being back into that circumstance of going, not winning a single game last year. So they enjoy coming back and being back to what they're used to, per se. But I actually enjoy this. I enjoy this matchup because they play every year, pretty much. They know each other's team. They've been against each other's team. But you got 2 new coaches on both teams. So that's interesting because they don't know either. They only seen film. They never played against each other.
Now, Xavier Vincent, likely candidate for league MVP, but of course, in your words, Trent, thinking he's the best player in MTAC. That's debatable as of now, but
not only my words,
not only your words, of course. It's 4th down and inches, so very close call there. And of course, the Patriots will go for it. So Vincent in the backfield with Rojo under center. There's some motion on the play, a false start on the offense. They'll move this back to 4th and 5. What was a 4th and inches, and potentially another first down for the Patriots is going to be more difficult to achieve.
Xavier can't do that to me after hype him up so much and then he is offside.
Maybe he has a wire in his helmet and got intimidated by the compliment.
Hopefully not.
Let's hope not. We see the Patriots go through the rest of the game.
Fun fact, I got kicked out of my senior night game.
Oh yeah, that's right, you did. I think we may have talked about that on the show previously. You can go back and listen to Extreme Radio, built by MDI Construction Inc.
It was against Bowling Green, funny enough.
Yeah, Bowling Green. And now it's Bowling Green bias showing as a juke out and potentially a first down by Isaac Wallace. So good reception and juke out for Wallace to keep the play alive. And it's a 1st and 10 for the Patriots. A good turnaround after that false start.
If he would have bounced it outside, he would have had a lot more yards with good hands, good throw by Rojo. Interesting enough, South Haven through the season has gone through a little bit of an injury struggle, injury bug just in the quarterback position with Crawley and his injury. It's interesting, and I'm glad to see that Rojo's back.
Rojo, the leading quarterback for the Patriots, hands it off, and tripped up in the backfield is Vincent. Takes a lot of men to bring down, and a late whistle from the official. They'll spot him all the way back at the 35-yard line. It's now 2nd down and long for South Haven. Looked like it was a late whistle there by the official.
It wasn't late. They blew the whistle, and the players just kept on going.
And it looks like they just kept going with the play. It was hard for the players to hear the whistle. 2nd and long.
You gotta say one thing. It was the most polite refs I ever had when I played on this field.
At least we know that the referees are polite. That's a good thing going into this game. And motion on the play, and here handoff by Rojo and Vincent again, who's managed to carry the ball throughout the entirety of the game thus far. He's spotted for forward progress at midfield on the 40-yard line. So 3rd down and 15.
About the 40-yard line.
Well, we got an injury here on the field. Hopefully it isn't one of the seniors.
Looks like it may be number 13, Insano Saver, a junior.
Savar.
So Inso Savar down in the field will take an injury timeout.
Good job.
He says as we're not muted.
I want them to know.
Savar struggling to stay. We don't have that down here. He was starting offense, and maybe one of the. Savar hobbling off. Just an unfortunate injury for the Patriots. So 85, Esteban Covington heading in, the sophomore.
I gotta say, this place is a little bit more close to home than it is for you, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about travel here, yes, it very much so is closer to you than it is to me.
Well, I think in all aspects it's closer to home.
Well, quite literally, it's right down the road from you.
Yeah, I literally just saw my neighbor.
Yes, exactly. So 3rd and 15. Patriots trying to gain some yards back here. Rojo in the shotgun across the middle, overthrown, intended for Nate Green. It's now 4th and 15. We'll see if South Haven brings out the punt team.
And one thing I want to say with Nate Green, there ain't really a tight end position in 8-man, but if there was, it would be dominated by Spencer Bard and Nate Green, Spencer being on Bowling Green. And Nate, I gotta tell you, every year I played for the Warriors, I played against them, and we pretty much lined up against each other on every down when I played. So it's been I know him as a player really well.
There's Josu Pantino with the punt.
Did that get touched?
And picked up at the 23-yard line. So the Lions start on offense for the first time in the game. Here's the starting defense for South Haven. Number 5, Manuel Ding. Number 10, Isaac Wallace. Number 22, Xavier Vincent. Number 44, Josu Pantino. Number 55, Nate Green. Number 61, Aaron Reff. Number 80, Cole Laird. And number 85, Esteban Covington. And we don't have the starting offense for the Lighthouse, as they were late coming to the game. Couldn't get a word with head coach DeJuan Sharp beforehand. So we'll see what the Lions do here. Under center on 1st and 10. There's a pitch by McMurray. There's a pitch to McMurray from McDowell, as McMurray staying on his feet to the 39-yard line. Malik McMurray with a good rush there, 1st down in Patriot territory.
Another thing I want to say, I watched right then, the communication with the offensive line. They were talking, pointing out who they got before they got in their stance, and that's big. As a defender, you don't like it when they start talking. Or as a D lineman.
Communication is key for any football team to succeed, and the Lions have shown that on their first play of the game.
Is he offside right there?
Looks like it may be offside there, but they don't call it, as McMurray tripped up in the backfield. A good effort by the Patriots, a huge loss. It's a bring down by number 61, Aaron Reff, the senior, bringing him down. A big defensive loss there. Trent, that makes you happy as a former defender.
Yeah, Look at him. Like, how tall is he?
We have on here that he's 5'7". Those stats may not be correct, but we do have on here he's 5'7" at 150 pounds.
As I played a little bit of offensive line, those are the people you don't want to go up against, the short, fast people.
Fast enough to get that huge sack there. Is about 2nd down and 18. Here's a handoff up the middle, tripped up, manages to get a yard on the play. 3rd down and 16. Malik McMurray on the rush.
Stephen Covington with the stop. Now 3rd down for the Lions.
Another fun fact. This is the field I used to take my senior pictures.
Yeah, just trying to rub in all that Pleasant View memorabilia, huh?
Yeah.
3rd down and long. Here's 3rd down and long as it's a pitch and direct run by McMurray.
Oh, Xavier missed that.
Brought down. There's a tackle by 55, Nate Green. So 4th and long, it looks like the Lions will have to punt it away here.
And you know,
and give a score update we just got from James Shannon. Bowling Green leading 14-0 over Hendersonville at the end of the 1st quarter. The Bowling Green getting their dominance early in Hendersonville. And Trent, the biggest grin on his face there is a proud Bowling Green bias.
yeah.
There's 4th down. Going to be punted low and caught by the line, and there goes 22. Xavier Vincent across the middle, avoiding tackles. Xavier Vincent for the touchdown. What? Xavier Vincent catching the low punt. It's an unfortunate mistake by the Lions. It's 31. We don't have his number on the roster here, but Xavier Vincent for the Patriots touchdown.
That's crazy.
You don't see moments like that often in any level of football. Crazy catch. Save that for the highlight reels on ESPN.
I wonder if that hurt his hand catching it.
Not enough for him to lose grip of the ball, at least.
See how he was running, though? He ran like a Michael Vick style.
Yeah, he took a little bit of Michael Vick style there. Motion on the play for the 2-point conversion attempt. There's a rush. Vincent stretches the ball out and waiting for a call on the field. Did he stretch out the ball? And it's ruled no good.
No good. Score now.
And the coaches on South Haven's side are protesting out a little bit. But it's 4:15 left to go in the 1st quarter. It's a 6-0 lead for South Haven over Lighthouse.
So, since I know a lot about South Haven, I'll be talking a little bit more than usual. About 2 years ago, they had this guy named Vince, and that's the guy they give to every 2-point conversion. Probably one of the biggest guys I've ever seen in my life. But my sophomore year, I actually was able to tackle him, even though he's 3 times my size.
Yeah, Xavier Vincent, a senior now and captain for the South Haven Patriots.
No, Vince.
Well, yeah, that's right. You got a different, big old Vince who used to be on the Patriots squad. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's another Vince, but it's a Vincent who was a captain for the Patriots. Not the same Vince that you're talking about, of course.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah, Vince is probably 8 times bigger than Vince. See, I call these South Haven guys different names than y'all do.
And you're right about that.
These are film room names.
The film room names are not actual even names or nicknames. As it goes 10 yards, and the Patriots try falling on it before it goes out of bounds, unable to do so. Flag thrown. I believe they'll place the ball at the 30-yard line because of it being 40 by 80. So the Lions back on offense. Just an incredible punt return for Xavier Vincent to get the Patriots on the board first with South Haven's senior night.
one thing we haven't mentioned in the show, though, is senior night. You know, some seniors that don't get as much playing time, you know, they're going to get a lot more during this game. So that's also another thing you factor in if you're the opposing team.
And, of course, several seniors for the Patriots, actually 7 seniors on this team, leading them well in their potential run for the MTAC playoffs. There's a toss across the middle, incomplete from McDowell to intended for McMurray, incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
And the ball hit his fingers. If the ball hit your fingers, you better catch it.
It just looked like he couldn't get the grip quite well on the ball there.
Oh, no, it jammed his fingers is what it did.
Mm-hmm. 2nd and 10. McDowell in the shotgun. Quick toss on the right side. Caught by McMurray. Staying on his feet. Twisting out several tackles and gets a 1st down at the 35-yard line. Ricky McDowell, the junior. Great reception.
Yeah, one thing I want to say about Lighthouse, you can't give any of their offensive guys open field or a chance to, you know, get some yards after the catch because they're going to make you miss and get a couple more yards.
Yeah, and the defense trying to wrap up and tackle him, but just some good maneuvering by Ricky McDowell to stay on his feet. It's 1st and 10 in Patriot territory. It's McDowell again in the shotgun, looking for the pass. Toss across the middle, and he's caught. How did he recept that? Malik McMurray across the middle. The Lions now in the red zone at 1st and looks like they will rule this 1st and goal on the 10-yard line. The Lions making an offensive push of their own.
1st and 10.
Here's 1st and 10. McDowell again across the middle. It is caught for the touchdown. Parker Dillon with the reception.
You know, it's they got let's say what's his name, McDowell. Yeah, McDowell. I call him Cam Newton, but I say that number 10 is about like a Wes Welker, Amendola, or Edelman type of wide receiver.
A good reception by Parker Dillon across the middle. It's a junior for the Lions. It looks like a 2-point conversion attempt here for Lighthouse. Here's a rush up the middle. And the officials rule it no good. It's tied at 6 with 3:12 left to go in the 1st quarter. Neither 2-point conversion attempts good on both sides of the field. 3:12 left in the 1st.
You know what I would do if I was Lighthouse right here? Look down the field. Let me show you all that. Not a single Patriot back there. I kick it down there, get my fastest guys on the outside, and just try to beat your man.
So here's a rush. There's number 10, Isaac Wallace running on the right side. Wallace return for the touchdown. Isaac Wallace managing to receive the ball. It looked like it was an onside kick attempt by the Lions, and Wallace compromises for the South Haven touchdown.
If they would have done what I told them to do, that wouldn't happen.
You were saying that as they were kicking it off. If they have a wire in their helmets, then they can't do it.
Like your fastest guys on the outside, and just kick it down the field. There's no one back there to return it. Just outrun South Haven. I don't see why they're kicking it towards everybody.
I think they were trying to throw everybody off with an onside kick there. It didn't work, and it cost them 6 and potentially 8 points.
Back to the same generation.
Here's another 2-point conversion attempt. Here's a fake rush, and here's pulled way down in the backfield. Kobe Rojo, and it's an incomplete or no good 2-point conversion attempt. 12-6 with 2:59 left to go in the first quarter. The Lions down by 6 as the Warriors of Bowling Green are leading 22-0 over the Crusaders of Hendersonville with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Hendersonville just getting it handed to them in their home field. So the Extreme Game of the Week live here on YouTube with 8-Man Extreme. Spencer Thompson and Trent Legate live here from Martin Luther King Jr. Park, bringing you everybody the action from this crucial game in shaping the seeds in the MTAC North playoff berths. So we talked about on the show how the playoff seedings would work. If South Haven wins, then they put the chance in for a 3-way tie coin toss to occur if Lighthouse next week beats Christian Community. If they lose, then they're automatically in the bowl game. So the question, of course, for both sides is who wants it more? It's an onside kick, caught, an instant tackle. Nate Hall jumping up to receive the high kick. And the Lions will try to respond to that kickoff return.
Very dangerous to hop up there and catch an onside like that. You saw Xavier coming in, just plowing on him. He could have got injured right there. But you got to do what's necessary.
Luckily, Nate Hall not injured on that play as it's 1st and 10 for the Lions on their own 35. Here's McDowell in the shotgun. Toss across the middle. Again, tipped up and incomplete. Good coverage. It was intended for Dylan, broken up by Vincent.
Xavier's just keep on proving my statement correct, isn't he?
Looks like he may very well be. His stats potentially getting up here, breaking up the pass there, getting some good touchdowns, everything. You may be right about him being the best player in the league. Of course, a very good candidate for league MVP or one of the all-conference teams. Here's 2nd down and 10. McDowell, toss on the left. Incomplete, just underthrown, intended for McMurray. 3rd down.
Incomplete, 3rd and 10 for the Lions.
So we look at the schedule of the games that are going on right now. The Webb School hosting the Tennessee Heat and Hendersonville hosting Bowling Green. So only 2 other games going on right now, but next week it's a full schedule. Actually, yes, it is. It is a full schedule. Originally, next week, it was going to be a bye week for South Haven and the Heat. As a toss across the right side, it's almost intercepted, tipped up by several of the Patriots.
And how do you find out what game we're broadcasting?
By listening to Extreme Radio, built by MDI Construction, Inc.
Or just asking James Shannon, because he'll tell you.
This statement does not necessarily reflect the views of Spencer Thompson or Trent Legate. We're kidding, of course. Yeah, James will try leaking that stuff before and be like, hey, we're broadcasting this game. Now, we do have confirmed, though, that we'll save that for the broadcast so that I don't end up like James there as a punt, way too high of a punt there. And it's down, tapped at the 39-yard line in Lions territory. So the Patriots with good field advantage here in their home field.
It's interesting because who was the guy that punted the last punt? Not that one that just happened. No, that was McDowell. Who was it before that?
It was 31, which we don't have on the roster here. We'll see if we can find his number later.
What I'm wondering is, are they sitting in because Xavier got that touchdown, but that wasn't on him? I mean, he could have kicked it up a little bit higher, but, you know, you got to use. I'm wondering if they just took him out.
There's a rush. Wallace getting a gain of about a yard or 2 on the play. 2nd down.
McMurray, short gain, 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 9 for the Patriots. as they lead 12-6 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Here's Rojo with a man to his left in the shotgun. Motion on the play. Rojo hands it off to Vincent. Vincent with the rush, getting about 2 yards brought down. They'll call him for forward progress. Gain of about 2 yards on the play, 3rd and 7.
I just thought of this. Why do teams in MTAC run the score up? Because if it is decided by a coin toss, there's no need.
They run the score up, at least in this game, to potentially get the mercy rule and get out of here sooner.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. Like, why do people run the score up sometimes? Because I originally thought they did it because after they looked through the season, see who scored the most on these teams is how they pick the finalized like bowl game and semifinals and all that stuff.
Yeah, we talked about all of that on the show this past Sunday as a pitch backwards, loss of several yards on the play. Kobe Rojo gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage, well behind, 4th and 11.
It was Xavier that got tackled.
You're right, Xavier Vincent. It looked like there was a 16 in the midst there.
He walked off the field while the guy was still on the ground.
Yes, that's
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
4th and 11 as the Patriots likely to punt it away here as Josu Pentino out to punt it.
Oh, that guy's offsides.
Looks like another offsides there. It's punted away. That'll go out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The Lions back on offense.
Yeah, number 31's head was right over the ball.
Well, some things the referees get, sometimes they don't.
I'm just pointing out the obvious.
15 seconds left in the first quarter. So as as I mentioned before, Trent, we talked about it on the show with all of the clinching scenarios. I think you even mentioned this as well. I'm not sure if it was on the broadcast or not, but it is very concerning to see that, for example, Christian Community, a 9-0 team right now, is averaging 50 points a game, could only get to the MTAC Bowl if it goes to a coin toss.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So we see a timeout called on the field here, I believe for Lighthouse with 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I ain't going to flower it up. It's stupid how to me, it's kind of dumb how they do it.
Yeah, for those who aren't aware, the tie-breaking procedures in MTAG go by first. It's your in-division record, how many games you won and lost. Then it goes by strength of victory. If you and another team are 3-1, but one of you beat the other, then the person who is victorious gets the higher seed. And then it goes to a coin toss if all of those are the same, which, as we're seeing with the playoff shape now, it could potentially be that 3 teams in the South are decided by a coin toss as to who's first, second, and third seed. Which, of course, we. Why do you say? Now, I'm saying for the South, it's potentially down to 3 teams.
Yeah.
For the North, however, it could get down to 3 teams because if South Haven wins this and then Lighthouse wins next week, it's a 3-way tie for a coin toss.
Keep dreaming.
I'm just saying the scenarios here. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. As sack, Ricky McDowell scrambling around in the pocket, and he's brought down for about 4-yard loss, 2nd and 14.
I'd say that D-line's pretty impressive.
And they're just going to run this clock out as it's the end of the first quarter, 12-6. South Haven leads by 1 touchdown over Lighthouse Christian.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Start of the second quarter, 2nd and 14. Deep toss on the left side for Lighthouse, and it's incomplete through the arms of Malik McMurray. 3rd down. It was actually 2nd down on the last play. Just didn't switch the down indicator. 3rd and 14 for Lighthouse.
James and Naomi Sawyers, Steve Brown and Dennis Acey, with red Cleveland crew and red numbers and Karen B. What's interesting in the game, I was supposed to see the gatekeeper or outlet director Philip Starr. Now 3rd and about 14 for Lighthouse.
3rd down and 14 for Lighthouse. Ball on the 21-yard line. Here's McDowell. Toss on the left side, caught by McMurray, trying to push through. He's brought down by Emmanuel Dang. But actually, the ball is still up, and gain of about 2 yards on the play for Malik McMurray. Or actually, make that about 6-yard gain. 4th and 9.
Webb is leading 20-0.
Yeah, the Webb School leading at the end of the first quarter, 20-0 over the Heat, as you may or may not have heard Trent say on there. The Webb School hosting the Heat, keeping dominance there as they have their game next week against St. Andrews Swanee. Actually, that's a game at St. Andrews Swanee next week. That'll be a crucial game in determining seeding in the South. Here's McDowell, toss it across the middle, spin out tackle, and Dillon still on his feet, staying in, and he stretches out the ball. Where will they spot it?
The refs are really letting them play.
And the refs waiting to hold the whistles here as Parker Dillon, regardless if they're letting him play, Parker Dillon had some great effort to stay on his feet there.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like the 5th time it's happened.
Yeah, it is.
There's been times the guy's been going backwards and they haven't blown the whistle.
And it looks like they turn it over. The ball is rolled short, and the Patriots turnover on downs. So South Haven takes over.
But one thing I do gotta say about this ref crew is they're the only ones that I actually enjoyed having. They're the only ones I remember.
It'd be awesome if we had former players on, NFL broadcast saying, I like this referee crew. Imagine if Tony Romo said that about the current referees. He's like, Walt Anderson, he was okay. Walt Coleman, he was decent. I'm just saying stuff like that. It'd be awesome.
They talk about their workouts.
Exactly. The handoff by the Patriots used to run on the left side by Wallace. Wallace weaving through the defense, staying on the left side, and Isaac Wallace into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Isaac Wallace avoiding many tackles there. And another 6 points on the board for South Haven.
We're going to have to redo some all-star picks.
James, you better be listening to this. 18-6. We'll see if another 2-point conversion attempt is. We'll see if a 2-point conversion attempt is made here.
Well, they changed formation.
Under center. Tripped up in the backfield. 2-point conversion is no good. 18-6 the score with 10:37 left to go in the first half. The Patriots leading. It's a 2-score game over the Lions. Another onside kick attempted by the Patriots. It's caught at the 35-yard line, and not sure why the Patriots didn't just let it go by. It's not a read kick, but the Lions in really good field positioning in Patriots territory. So the Lions with great field position on offense. First and 10. Here's McDowell in the shotgun. McDowell, quick toss on the right to McMurray. McMurray staying on his feet on the right sideline. McMurray brought down at the 9-yard line. First and goal for Lighthouse.
I have nothing to say.
Are you just shocked, surprised?
No, I just don't got nothing to say. There's been a lot of big runs this game, so it's nothing new.
This is like, this is how you talked in practice as well. It's like, you got anything to say about that, Trent? There's a moment. 2:30 left. Yeah, 2:30 left in the second quarter. Bowling Green's leading 30-6 over the Crusaders. Toss on the left side to Dillon. Dillon on his feet on the left side, and Parker Dillon in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Lions.
The Lions not giving up yet.
Giving up.
No reason for them to give up since it's a two-score game anyway.
The Lions are probably playing at 80% right now from knowing them. They still have a lot. They're going to have a lot more in their tank in the fourth quarter. I think third quarter is when I don't know. They haven't just turned it on yet.
Yeah, the Lions, of course, did get here late and did not have as much warm-ups as the Patriots did, so that may be fatiguing them just a little bit. Fatiguing, if that is a word, or get the fatigue bringing them down. As a catch made, the first two-point conversion made of the game, a catch by 7 of the Lions, who we don't have on the roster either. They've changed up a lot of numbers on us. 14-18 the score with 9:52 left to go in the second quarter. It's a 4-point game here in Springfield. Lighthouse kicking off here.
Let's see if they do that thing I said.
Let's see if they kick it back where no one's deep to receive. They won't do that. They obviously don't have a wire on us up here. And that ball goes out of bounds. And they'll place it at the 30-yard line.
I'm more intrigued to see if it would work than anything.
It's possible that it could work if you just kick. Well, actually, don't they call it a touchback if it goes into the end zone?
Well, yeah, I guess, but I mean, like, still, you could kick it high and give your players enough time to be down there, and then it's just pretty much who can catch it. Mm-hmm. And I'll play South Haven in a deeper hole, or you could get it pretty much in the red zone. Which
looks like they're
like 15 yards.
Actually, they're opting to re-kick it here. It looks like. So I
Now, if they would have accepted that, and where would they gotten the ball since it's like 80 yards?
Would have been about the 30-yard line, I believe. Yeah, they would have placed it at the 30-yard line to adjust accordingly.
See if they do what's up.
You keep saying that. I don't know if they're going to try what you're thinking.
I'm just going to say until they do it.
A little bit deeper, but ball lost. Looked like it was slid out there, but picked up by the Patriots on the 35-yard line.
Covered by Megan Lane. Now the Patriots are having it at the 34.
Patriots have the ball at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10, South Haven.
Almost fell. A 4-point game.
And unfortunately, because of 2-point conversions not being made until the Lions just made theirs.
Tell you, man, we're watching the first quarter of a basketball game.
It looks like it might be. All right, so here's ball lost in the backfield, and the Lions pick it up. Unfortunate fumbled snap, and the Lions recover it on the 17-yard line.
No.
Come on, Trent, that's a big defensive move. You don't have anything for it?
That was no defense. That was a bad snap.
But for the defense to rush there and fall on it.
Yeah, they did what they were supposed to do.
You see, we have more arguments here than we have actual conversation.
I mean, it's pretty much like a coloring book. All you got to do is fill in the lines.
9:38 left to go before the end of the first half. It's a 4-point game. South Haven with the lead. Play resuming after the timeout. First and 10 for Lighthouse after the fumble recovery. McDowell in the shotgun. McDowell toss across the middle, incomplete off the shoulder pad of Nate Hall. 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 10.
Oh, one thing we should bring up, the All-Star invites, most of them have been sent out. What teams do we have left to tell?
I believe we are telling the Lighthouse guys tonight about the All-Star game.
Is that the last group?
I'm pretty sure James, I believe he called the other teams and notified them as well as made their athletic directors aware. So we're going to tell the.
Yeah, you notified FCA. Notified Bowling Green. And James did the rest.
Yeah, James basically cut the wall. Yeah, and another timeout called by South Haven. It's like there's a little bit of miscommunication with the Patriots.
So I wonder if we're going to be talking about the All-Star picks during the show.
I'm not sure about this Sunday. Is it this Sunday that we're talking about? It might be that or next
week is the last week of regular season.
Yeah, I believe we are actually going to be talking about all the All-Star. The rosters, I believe, will be finalized the Sunday before the semis, and then the week after that we'll actually have to ask James about it because we already had the schedule laid out here. But in the near future, we will be mentioning the rosters as well as the coaches who we've selected to lead the All-Star teams.
But we haven't announced where it's going to be or when.
Well, yeah, we do. We've announced the date of November 11th.
Where at?
It's in Dayton, Ohio, at Fort Bluff Camp.
Ohio?
Not Dayton, Ohio. That's it. That is an actual town, but it's not Dayton, Ohio. It's Dayton, Tennessee. That's on November 11th, of course. There's a toss by McDowell on the left side. Caught! Touchdown, Lighthouse!
Touchdown, Lions.
A lot of good plays. There's a lot of good plays this game.
Isaac Wallace even under coverage, and it looked like what could have been a pass interference call there. Isaac Wallace getting that great reception, falling in the end zone for another 6.
Does either team have a field goal kicker?
Not that I'm aware of. I believe if they wanted to try one, they could, but I don't think it's going to come down to that.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're South Haven, you're down at the 5-yard line, 4th and 5, and you're, if they don't get this 2-point, I'm just saying something.
Just a hypothetical, of course. Here's McDowell, loses the ball. 2-point conversion attempt, no good. 20-18, a 2-point lead for the Lions of Lighthouse, leading by 2 over Patriots of South Haven.
You needed somebody like in-home care nurse, you would call the company she works for, and they send a nurse to her. Okay, I got you. Instead of being in school, it's a staff nurse.
Now, is this one of those where it's, you don't have to worry about the next day if you're going to have a job or not? Like what's better,
Nah, this is
like ulcer related stuff.
Yeah.
Another kickoff, onside kick by Lighthouse. It is tipped up and picked up. Lighthouse gets the recovery. Malik McMurray stopped short. Looks like he wasn't even touched there when he picked up the ball, so he could have gone all the way to the end zone, but the Lions recovered the ball. A lot of onside kicks by both teams. Almost looks like what we saw with Hendersonville and Madisonville way early in the season, just having struggles on onside kicks.
What?
I said it looked like what we saw with Madisonville and Hendersonville with their failure to recover onside kicks.
Man, that was a long time. That was my first game of broadcast.
I'm expecting you to at least remember some of this stuff, man.
Well, I remember games I played in.
First and 10 here for Lighthouse. McDowell, toss on the right side. And flags thrown late, I believe they will call this. They're going to call this pass interference, but I'm not sure if it's offensive or defensive. We'll see what the officials call here.
Want to make a bet?
No. You want to make a bet with somebody?
Depends on who it is.
We'll see what the official calls here, if it's either offensive or defensive pass interference. Just waiting for the referee to give a signal. Actually, there was a time called here on the field with 9:09 left to go in the second quarter.
Who plays Madisonville this week?
Madisonville's on their bye week. As we said, we only have 2 other games going on right now, aside from here, South Haven and Lighthouse. We have Hendersonville and Bowling Green and Webb. Well, the only other games that are going on right now, Hendersonville, Bowling Green. And at halftime, that scores 36-6, Bowling Green leading over Hendersonville. And last update we got was 26-0, Webb leading over the Heat. So some blowouts going on in those games. Really close game here in Springfield. Yeah, so in the second quarter, Webb leading 26-0. The last update we got was with 7:45 left in the second. Ball snapped and direct rush by Nate Hall. Flags thrown. They'll get no gain on the play initially. We'll see what the penalty results in. Actually, an update, 7:15 left in the second quarter, and Webb leading 32-0. So Webb just racking up the points on the Webb school. Waiting on. There's a holding call on the offense, and they'll bring this back 10 yards. So now first and 20.
I'm going to change. I don't think he's like a Cam Newton. I think he's more like an Andrew Luck.
change it after a few. Well, he hasn't gotten injured yet, so you're basically saying he's injury prone, and when he's not injured, he's good.
No, I'm talking about, have you seen Cam Newton? I mean, have you seen how hard Andrew looked like?
Yeah.
Hardest hitting quarterback I've ever seen.
Yeah, you're right. False start call in the offense. It's 1st and 25. So the Lions bring it back 15 yards in penalties for DeJuan Sharp. Whoever, one of their assistant coaches. Well, DeJuan Sharp, of course, will get infuriated with that, but one of their assistant coaches, whoever handles defense or handles the offensive line, will be chewing them out for these penalties. 1st and 25. There's a McDowell in the shotgun. McDowell, quick toss on the right to McMurray, stopped immediately with his reception. Now 2nd down and about 28, loss of 3.
Good job. He read that again.
That was a good hit.
Cole Laird on the tackle.
That was loud.
Carry away.
So 2nd down and 28 for the Lions. 15 yards in penalties just on this drive alone. McDowell again, looking for a pass across the middle. He'll get it to Dillon. Recepted, spins out a tackle. Dillon staying on his feet. And Parker Dillon is in for the Lions. Touchdown.
I can't say a lot right there. It was it's a good catch, good throw, and it was a good job by the defense. It was just,
Especially for them to recover after 15 yards in penalties and to get that reception touchdown. Sure, Coach Sharp a little bit more joyous after the results of those penalties. A 2-point conversion attempt coming here.
Now, in the 27, Nate Hall, incomplete, 2-point conversion, no good. Score now 26-18, favor of the Lions.
26-18, the 2-point conversion, no good. 7:26 left to go in the first half. It's an 8-point lead for Lighthouse. It's an onside kick again, and the Patriots do recover it at the 35-yard line. Actually, the referee's looking in the pile here. And it is recovered by South Haven at the 35. So South Haven, we'll see how they respond. 26 unanswered points. First and 10 for South Haven. Deep toss by Rojo on the left side, just outside of the reach of Isaac Wallace. 2nd down, but Kobe Rojo with a quick deep pass.
and he just launched that down the field.
So Rojo trying to pass deep already. Patriots trying to get some more points on the board.
Well, yeah, they're kind of down.
Just a little bit down. Literally and potentially figuratively. 2nd and 10. Hand off to Vincent. Vincent avoiding several tackles. Xavier Vincent still on his feet. 1st down and more to the 31-yard line. Xavier Vincent proving your point even more, Trent.
I said what I already said it. I mean, I told you how good X was. So.
You just call him X, is that what it is?
Yeah, doesn't everybody?
Not that I'm aware of.
Y'all call him X? Yeah, you're just behind.
I go by first and last names on these guys, not by nicknames or as you put it, film names. Don't go by that. Here's 1st and 10 for South Haven in Lighthouse territory. There's another pass by Rowe across the middle, almost intercepted. Nate Hall bobbling the ball. Could have been a good interception for Lighthouse there. 2nd down.
Hey, somebody got some butterfingers. Well, let's see how he dropped when it hit him in the chest. Boy, that was a great rush by number 10. Coming off the right side of South Haven guard.
We need to potentially see some flypaper being put on these guys' gloves.
Maybe he spat on his gloves too much.
Probably. 2nd and 10. Here's Vincent. Quick toss on the left, tipped out of the hands of Wallace. That brings up 3rd and 10.
So a drop pick and then a drop pass.
Looks like everybody did the wrong type of adhesive on their gloves.
Maybe get something in the air.
Yeah. It's a beautiful night here in Springfield, Tennessee, though. Great weather for tonight's football game.
I have a funny story after this play.
It could have been useful 30 seconds ago. The ball flags thrown. I think they'll call this a false start.
So, like you just said about the weather, it's kind of chilly out there now. And whenever you get cold and you play football, you take off your helmet, like out in the game huddle, a lot of steam comes off of you. So after one game, one of the JV guys came up to me and said my head's on fire.
Sounds about right.
He asked me if I caught my hair on fire.
That's not bad. I wonder if the JV guy was being serious there, if he was just trying to be funny.
As JV, I was talking to a senior.
I'll leave that up to the viewers to decide on their own. 3rd and 15.
Coach sees something.
Coach trying to go an audible there as Rowe across the middle. It's caught for the 1st down and more. Nate Green with the reception.
Inside the 10, 1st down, Patriots.
1st and goal for South Haven.
That was a good catch by Nate.
Yeah, Nate Green getting that good reception there. 1st and goal for South Haven Patriots. It's only down by 8 as the clock winds down with 5:30 left in the 2nd quarter. 1st and goal. This is handed off. Here's rushing Wallace, trying to stay on his feet down at the 5-yard line, so a gain of about 2 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Now 1st and goal appears to be on the 5-yard line.
Second down.
What?
Taking down his row, hands it off. Vincent up the middle, plowing through.
Near the goal line.
Looks like he'll be ruled just short of the goal line. Third down and goal inches, if that could be used. So third down and goal.
Alright, don't do it. I know he's not good. He's going to push it through it. Do it. It's going to be perfect.
Here's a rush, a quarterback sneak, push back. Won't make it into the end zone. Fourth and goal. That's an interesting choice here. You're down by 8 with less than 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Do you go for it here? Or, well, you can't even settle for a field goal unless you try to pull some strings there. But what do you go for on here on the 3-yard line?
You could ask Seahawk fans.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll tell you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they'll say run it beast mode up the middle. Run beast mode.
Or should they have a version of? Yeah, he's better than Marshall.
You heard it first. Trent thinks Xavier Vincent is better than Marshawn Lynch. There's a toss and touchdown. Nate Green for the touchdown.
Maybe Pete Carroll should have used that play.
Well, he did try it across the middle. It was a slant route across the middle instead of just kind of the fade up there.
Yeah, that was a fade though.
Uh-huh. It was a Fago. If anyone remembers those Fagos. 3:13 left to go in the second quarter. It's a 2-point conversion attempt going here. We'll see if South Haven can get their first 2-point conversion successful in the game so far.
And off to Wellis. Turns the corner.
And Wellis gets in for the 2-point conversion. It's tied 26 each with 3:13 left to go in the first half. The Patriots and the Lions battling for a spot in the semis. Let's talk a little bit about how the South playoff seedings are going. Right now, as of now, if the season were to end today, Webb would have #1 seed in the South, and the #2 seed would come down to a coin toss between FCA and Sewanee. But of course,
Which I don't get because FCA beat Sewanee, so they should be.
actually, you're right. By strength of victory, FCA would have the #2 seed, and Sewanee would be in the bowl game, potentially against Lighthouse or South Haven. But with the results of next week, if Sewanee beats Webb and FCS beats FCA, then there is going to be a 3-way coin toss for Webb, FCA, and Sewanee to determine seeding in the playoffs.
And how do you do that? Because there ain't 3 sides to a coin.
Well, Trent James explained it on the show Sunday. He said, okay, Webb, FCA, flip a coin. Okay, FCA, Sewanee, flip a coin. Sewanee, Webb, flip a coin. And then whoever wins the most coin tosses.
Roll a dice and have each team gets 2 numbers.
Very possibly they should do roll a dice or something. And yes, they do rule it a touchback when it goes into the back of the end zone.
That's how they even did what I said.
Yeah, they listen to you. They got a wire up here. Probably their PA announcer sent them a text, said, hey, the guys from 8-Man Extreme are saying this.
Yeah. That was a good one.
First and 15-4.
Oh, do you want to tell me about your Jingle Bells joke?
No, of course not.
Everyone enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, nobody can prove that. So yeah, we'll say everyone enjoyed that one.
The whole stadium.
Yeah, the whole stadium laughed at it, of course. First down on the 15-yard line is McDowell in the shotgun. Deep toss across the middle for McDowell. McMurray trying to get the reception, jumps a little bit too early. Incomplete. Second down. McMurray just jumping a little bit too early there for the intended pass.
I thought X was about to intercept that. He was watching that ball since it left the quarterback's hand. He was in position.
Yeah, both players anticipating the ball there. And actually a flag called legal man downfield. Actually, we'll see what the I believe it was a legal contact called on the offense. There's a 5-yard penalty. It looked like the signal was for illegal contact.
Somebody's scared. It wasn't.
It's a 5-yard penalty. The Lions back at second and 15. It's McDowell looking for the pass. Incomplete, right off the hands of
Come on, Edelman.
Parker Dillon, or as Trent calls him, Julian Edelman, who is actually out for the season, unfortunately, the Patriots. Not the South Haven Patriots, but for the New England Patriots. It's 2:36 left to go in the first half. We see that comment on the stream for someone saying, Fago, I told you, Trent, there is still such thing as Fago. Somebody recognizes it.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a parent or a player.
Could have been one or either. Somebody who likes Fago, at least. As McDowell across the middle, almost intercepted by Vincent, but there is a flag on the play.
Right there.
It's Trent trying to point out where the flag is on the field. We'll see what the official rules here.
It was pretty early.
And I believe South Haven will decline this penalty. It's a false start on the offense. They decline it, and that will result in 4th down and 15. So a punt coming up for Lighthouse.
Smells like $800.
Fourth and 15. McDowell in the shotgun. It looks like Lighthouse will go for it here. We have seen quarterbacks fake a pass and then just punt it away. And they're not going to do that. Here's a deep toss on the right side. It is incomplete. Luke McMurray sliding down to try and make the catch at the 38-yard line. McDowell. McMurray's slow to get up, but it's a turnover on downs.
I wonder if Lighthouse trusts their defense to. I guess they trust their defense enough to make a stop. Pretty much in the red. Yeah, on the, what is that, 11-yard line? I would have, I mean, if I was the coach, I would have punted it. You're tied. About 2 minutes, 22 seconds left to go. Trust your defense to make another stop. I don't get that play call.
So first and goal on the 10-yard line for the Patriots. Great field advantage and an interesting choice by Coach Dewan Sharp.
But then again, there's a reason why I'm up here, not down there.
You got that right, as there's a rush tripped up in the backfield. It's an attempted rush by Isaac Wallace. Brings up 2nd down and goal.
Now 2nd and goal for the Patriots. On the 12. Also 2 on the play.
Here's a rush. Vincent going on the left side. Xavier Vincent into the end zone for a Patriots touchdown.
Oh, there's another reason why I say he's the best player in the league.
Trent's point is being further proven as the game progresses.
Against one of the best teams in MTech as well.
Yeah, both of these teams know what's at stake for this game.
Well, this is a good game so far. Not a lot of, from what the score shows, not a lot of defense.
And unfortunately, both teams leaving 20-plus unanswered points. This 2-point conversion attempt across the middle, incomplete. Intended pass for Nate Green right between his hands. Two-point conversion, no good. 32-26 the score with 1:35 left to go in the second quarter. The Patriots lead by 6. Deep kickoff for the Patriots. And Malik McMurray taking the return. Flag is thrown, but McMurray weaving through and finally brought down at the 29-yard line in Lions territory. But we'll see what the flag is called here. So thrown by the side judge at the 25-yard line.
Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, if you like watching this broadcast, please like, comment, and subscribe.
No, if you like watching any 8-man football, we do it every week. What do you know?
Like, comment, and subscribe. There's a holding call on the return team. It'll be a first down, but they'll take this back 10 yards.
10 yards.
10 yards. It's like the old correspondent for CBS who was always like, CBS. Somebody comment his name if you remember that. Yeah, I mean, hey, there's a difference between an impersonation and making fun of him. You got paid a lot as a CBS correspondent, so.
No, you're making fun of him. Shame on you.
I'll let you do that. Says the guy who used his wallet as a like bat to clip my hat with and laughed for 5 minutes at. And here is a toss across the left side. Dillon with the reception at the 12-yard line. A good gain on the play. Here's a scoring update for you. Bowling Green leads 36-12 with 4:30 left to go in the third quarter. So Bowling Green looking very strong to win in Hendersonville. Second and 3.
Don't hate.
So the clock winding down, 40 seconds left in the first half, and Trent and I will break down the first half immediately following it as a flag is thrown. 36 seconds left on the board. False delay of game called on the offense. So the Lions now on 2nd and 8.
Funny, one of the guys doing the national anthem remembered me, and he walked up to behind me before they all walked down and said, "Are you Suplex City?"
Just remember it. Remembering the good nicknames from your prime. You're probably still in your prime, of course.
My only nickname was Daddy. For real, that was my nickname for football.
Timeout called by the Lions with 36 seconds left to go, as Webb leads 38-0 at halftime over the Middle Tennessee Heat. So Webb looking strong to secure that victory as well.
Is there any Saturday games?
Not this week. There was a Saturday game last week.
Which was our off week.
Actually, no, it wasn't last week. 2 weeks ago, there was a Saturday game. The Defenders canceled as they were going to travel down to St. Andrew Swanee. But there are no more Saturday games for the regular season, although there is a Thursday game this next week between Hendersonville and Riverside.
I already know who I'm picking to win that game.
No, don't have any picks on that one
Oh,
yet?
no, I already got my pick.
If you want to hear that pick, tune into Extreme Radio, built by MDI Construction, Inc. Every Sunday at 4 p.m. Central here on our YouTube channel.
And doesn't end with side or Ville.
Let's go.
You got to do some detective work on that. So, as a flag is thrown.
Again.
2nd and 8.
You know what? They liked it so much the first time they want another one.
It's a false start called on the offense, so the Lions just being bogged down by penalties through this game.
Really drawn out these 40 seconds they had.
31.7 left in the second quarter. Yeah, the Lions just do not want to get off of the field. You're right, Trent.
You gotta hop on the fence.
Hop in the fence, of course. Here's a toss across the middle, incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 13 with 27.7 left to go.
Great rush by Nate Green, the senior, on his senior night. Almost batted down the pass, or got a sack, which is really close to being a safety.
Yeah, they're on the 5-yard line after penalties, so the Lions trying to get a score in before the end of the first half, which is very difficult for them to attempt here with 27.7 seconds left. So here's McDowell in the shotgun, another flag thrown, and this is
taking forever.
This is getting more tedious than you would think.
Go home or what? Let's go.
They like the field.
Apparently, man.
So we'll see what the referee calls here. Likely another false start penalty. It's an I'm not sure what the penalty was. I believe a neutral zone. It looks like it was the signal for offsides even on the offense, but probably the penalty called the neutral zone infraction on the offense.
So was that half the distance to the goal? Or?
Yeah, they spot this ball at the 2-yard line. So McDowell in the end zone. He's being rushed by several Patriots. McDowell on the left side going out of bounds just short of the first down marker. It'll be 4th, well, actually fairly short where he stepped out of bounds. It's 4th down and 3.
And that was 2 points Southampton just threw away in the trash right there. They had the safety right there, and they just let it go. No, they didn't. There's another flag.
Oh, wait a minute. There's another flag on the play, it looks like. It's ending quarter full of penalties, unfortunately.
They're just having the 2 points back out of the garbage can.
So it's 3rd down on the 1-yard lines. About 3rd down and 17.
So like one play is taken 20 seconds.
Sheesh. The amount of penalties that have
The play
occurred.
still isn't done.
Yeah, exactly. We'll try to analyze that and everything else that we've seen in the first half at halftime. Immediately at the end of the second quarter, Trent and I will try to break it down. Here's McDowell, toss on the left side, caught by McMurray. McMurray staying in bounds. And the clock running down. Time called at 5.1 seconds.
5 seconds left.
They'll, of course, spot the ball and then resume the game clock. Lions on the 20-yard line. Only one play left for him, it looks like.
If we're going off what happened last, it'll take them about 20 seconds to do this one.
Hopefully that won't be the case, but they're moving the ball forward. A penalty called on Southaven, a personal foul. I believe, not sure what the signal was there. Maybe illegal contact to the head.
This has to be a record for the amount of flags thrown during one drive.
Yeah, but the Lions have even more hope here as they snap the ball. More hope to get a score. It's tossed over on the right side, incomplete, and that's the end of the first half. 32-26, the Patriots lead by 6 over the Lions. So Trent and I are going to break this down here. Let's get this camera switched around and scoot over. Welcome you inside our broadcast booth, Spencer Thompson and Trent Legate here for halftime. Come on, Trent, what are you doing?
Yeah, a little too close.
So, 32-26 the score. The Patriots leading over the Lions at the end of the first half. I mean, obviously the score on both sides, some defensive mistakes being made and such, but some offensive success occurring as well. Why are the Patriots up by 6?
Well, like James said, it's a coin toss, so it's pretty much still
It's a toss-up game. It's not a coin toss.
Sorry, I hear a lot of.
We hear a lot about coin tosses in this league, but of course.
I don't know. I feel like it's mostly because X is just fighting. He just seems like he's in on every play.
Yeah, and the Lions, of course, you got to give credit to players like McMurray and McDowell and Dillon to be able to make some good offensive plays without this. What is it going to take for them to take control of this game?
Stop X. I mean, pretty much counter what I just said of why South Haven's doing so well.
All right, so we've got about 15 minutes left in halftime. When we return the second half, returning for the Lions and the Patriots. You're watching the Extreme Game of the Week, part of 8-Man Extreme and the Extreme Sports Network.